Oh, okay.
High vibes, everybody.
Vibes.
Welcome to another Vibration live stream. So, in this episode, we're going to be watching Detach From The Underworld from the MC, Astro Solsin. And we ask that you also check out his channel as well. We'll have a link to the actual video if you guys want to watch the full video, after we go through it, or, before it, or, definitely check out his channel as well. As reprogramthematrix.com, we'll have those links in the description. And, we also ask you guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to give a like and subscribe, to the channel, hit the notifications bell, all that good stuff. And, just show that support. But do you want to say anything about the video before we go on?
Yeah, definitely. You guys check out, like he was saying, Reprogram the Matrix. He does lots of awesome videos like this and gives out some really beneficial information for those that are starting out on their path or have been on their path. Really helps connect the dots with a lot of things, and I'm kind of really excited for this as well because he recently put out a video, and this video is from a year ago, but he recently put out a video talking about similar things. I was like, you know what, I think this would be a good one to watch, especially dealing with the fall and everything that we're going through. But yeah, you guys, full love. let's get into it.
Yeah, without further ado, let's start the stream.
Yeah.
You gotta stop hanging out with people that are in the underworld if you want to raise up. Many people have different attachments and things that keeps them in their lower selves, that keeps them in the lower frequency. They're not able to fully turn up because they're not able to let go of certain people on their path. When you have to realize that at some point, everybody that you meet here on your path, at least on the physical level and the mental level, you're never gonna meet again. You're never going to meet Astro Solsin again. You get what I'm saying? You're going to meet my higher self. If you get out of the matrix system, of course, but you'll meet my higher self. You've already met my higher self, but through this physical form. You've met my mental self in the dream realms. Those of you that can remember your dreams, remember seeing me there. Some of you, you've seen me in the physical presence as well. My energy signature, moving through different energies and stuff, because you got to remember everything is energy. Once you're able to tap into that energy, you can defy the laws of physics. You can bend the rules of the matrix, but a lot of people don't ever get there, because they're still caught up in all the programs and scripts and all this stuff, so they're not able to really turn up and get on their highest vibration. You see, but if you really want to do that, you have to be able to let go of certain people that are holding you back and holding you down. It's just like when people talk about success. They're like, man, in order for me to become successful, and I'm talking about in the man-made matrix system right now, just as an example, in order for me to make it and become successful, I had to stop hanging out with all my old friends. I had to stop hanging out with these people that were, causing me to get off of my path of what I was trying to accomplish. You see, and that's like on the physical.
Yeah, I can definitely resonate with that as well. What he's talking about, just letting go of the people that are causing a lot of distractions in your life, that deal with a lot of drama, so that causes you to have to sacrifice some of your energy and you got to build up your own energy to make sure you not only survive, but you thrive and you keep on rising. So you're building up your own energy is so important, and you should have people around you that are going to be building up, helping build up their own energy while helping build up each other's energy. There's a strong electrical charge, high vibrational charge at that. Not to say that no tension would ever arise, but it's when that time comes, though, you grow stronger. You use that tension to, get some muscle on you. And because what we go through is just, lessons, and that's kind of like the reps, and applying the information that is best for you is putting in those reps. And honestly, that's some of the best information that you can get right there, is that you have to detach, understand that the stuff outside of ourselves is very temporary, but the connection, when it's real, pure, genuine connection, that's indispensable, and that's where your attention should really be going to, is a strong connection within yourself, and then a strong connection with what's around you. Your room should be turned up, high vibes. You should have the energy to be cleaning that and keeping that energy space high vibes, and who comes in and out of it matters a lot, because if you're on people that drain you and stuff like that, it's no good.
Yeah, it's so true, especially it's easy to get like comfortable with like, old friends or, certain people that you might have these attachments. Maybe you're in a relationship, maybe it's family, and you have that sort of like attachment to them. But that's the thing is, like, your spirituality calls for a lot of, time and a lot of focus and energy that you need to put back into yourself. And if you have all this energy invested like in all these different places outside of you, it's like singing up, even like he was saying, like the emotional tug of war, like it keeps you in this like push and pull of like not really having that time and energy to put into your spiritual work, because like, oh, I'll just go hang out with my friends, and it's nothing wrong to have friends, but like, Essence was saying, you want to have friends that boost you up, not friends that are constantly, bringing you down and wanting you to do all these, low vibrating activities and all this sort of stuff. You want to be around people that actually boost you up. And that's why, like, we shouted out the Reprogram the Matrix community. Like, if you're interested in that sort of thing, if you're missing that sort of thing from your life, join the community, get connected with us, and like, you'll see that what real high vibrational people are going to encourage you on your path. They're going to push you to grow. They're going to, and sometimes it might, make you uncomfortable because like, they see you're in that comfort zone and they want to see you raise up. So that's like the beauty of like having that real community, that real connection to, but you, like we were saying, you have to let go of all those other things to make room for that. And then also, having the balance and knowing like who's really worth the time, who's worth the energy to, still connect with. And then, because you can help others raise up too, but until you put that energy back inside of us, you're always going to be, basically missing that mark. And you got to find that energy and that passion inside of you to make that connection within, and then it grows without. But let's get back into the video.
Physical plane dealing with the man-made matrix system, but when you want to do that spiritually, you got to do the same thing. If these people aren't into spirituality, if these people aren't trying to, help you and guide you on your path, then why are you hanging out with them? They told you in the Matrix movie, Spirit put that code in there in the Matrix movie. If they're not awake, then they're potentially an enemy. And this is serious stuff right here. If somebody isn't awake, if they're not aware, then they can be used by the system to cause you to have your downfall, to cause you to drop off in vibration. So if you're not willing to ultimately wake up to your fullest potential, if you're not willing to really, get in tune with yourself 100% and be all in for spirit, then you're going to hold on to these underworld forms. You're going to want to keep being connected to them and think you can keep going back and all this type of stuff. But you can't. You can't go back. You have to let go of things. It's just like some people, they want to hold on to things in this physical matrix system. So what ends up happening is they have to come back because they weren't able to let go. But if you're able to let go, then you don't have to come back because you have no attachment to this place. You know who you are. But you'll never find out who you are if you have attachments to people that are holding you back, that people are draining your energy, causing you to focus on things you shouldn't focus on. You're supposed to be focused on your spiritual practices and getting in tune with spirit and putting 100% all in. None of you have put 100% all in yet. Your 100% that you think you're putting in right now is really like 60%. It's really like 50%. And I'm not saying this to be mean or rude. I'm just saying it to be real with you so that you know, so that you can do something about it. I wouldn't be much of a friend if I wasn't doing that. So, Spirit did that to me. Spirit knocked me off, knocked me off of my path, like off of my negative path, and woke me up, tripped me up, had me falling and everything. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? And I had to let go of so much stuff. I don't hang out with any of the people I used to hang out with. I don't get calls from them or anything because I let those people go. They know that now. They're like, oh, this person, he's not going to hang out with us now. He's moved on. And it's like, yeah, damn straight, I moved on. I moved on to spirit. You have to dedicate yourself 100%. That's the only way out of this place. 100%. And holding on to all this different stuff. And it's not just friends and people. It could be, family, even past friends. It could be your family. It could be somebody you're in a relationship with that's messing your life up. You got to let them go. You see, and this isn't saying you gotta let everybody go, but those ones that are holding you back, you gotta let go. Don't be thinking you gotta help them, especially when you don't understand the difference between somebody that can be helped and somebody that can't be helped. Because there's some people that can be helped that it's worth putting your energy into, and then there's some that aren't. But most people can't distinguish that because they're not an MC, so they get pulled in and they don't realize that this other person is dragging them down and stuff like that, because they don't realize that they can't actually help that person. You can only help somebody that wants to be helped, and somebody that has a certain, awareness. They have to be aware at a certain level for you to be able to help them. And if they're not, it's not their time yet. And it's not your time to be trying to help them and using all your energy and everything when you haven't even made it there yourself. So you're not able to get to where you're trying to go because you're giving somebody else all your gas, and you don't have enough gas to make the trip. You get what I'm saying? It's like somebody's asking you for gas money, and you give them your gas money when you don't even have enough gas money to get home. It just doesn't make sense. I'm trying to guide you home. Right now you don't have enough gas money, and you keep giving all these other people your gas money. You need to keep that energy for yourself and invest it into yourself so that you can get back home. We miss you there. Spirit misses you. Get back home. Home to spirit. Home to...
Yeah, I just wanted to say, it reminded me of something somebody in the community said, Vision. He also has a YouTube channel, High Vibes. He's probably going to watch this. Full love, brother. But yeah, he was saying, like, I believe it, oh no, you know what? It was actually truth. And it's because, the pure sight, they're one.
They're one.
It was actually truth. And that he also has a YouTube channel. What is it? Sacred?
Truth Montana?
Oh, I think it's Truth Montana's, yeah. But yeah. He was saying how, like, you don't want to cheat on spirit, basically. It's like, like your intuition is even telling you, like, this isn't right. You should be, investing in other things with your time. And, or maybe not even that. Astro, he put out a book with the 7 ego identifiers. And, like, let's say you're, feeding into this, like, the slothful energy. It's like you have to be able to, recognize and detach. And basically not feed into it, because when you're doing it, you feel like bad, like this isn't what you should really be doing, or maybe it feels good in the moment, and then afterwards you feel this guilt, and it's because you gotta stay true, you gotta stay dedicated, and when you do that, you end up building more energy for yourself, and you feel way better. You feel like, what, I'm learning how to master my mind, and I'm getting more disciplined, because you gotta understand there's always, like, discipline is such a great tool for growth. Like, it really is. If it's just something that is a part of, like, that dedication, when you really have that fire going, and you got to keep that fire going. Like, you are responsible for keeping your fire going, and then the ones that are around you, if anything, will just help, build that flame into a stronger flame, and you guys will be shining bright together, But yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick.
Yeah, I'm definitely syncing up with that as well. And even like I was saying in the live stream, like, it's like you gotta push yourself out of those low vibrations, because that's like, even like, it's one thing, talking about like detach from these different people and stuff, but sometimes you gotta detach from like things within your own mind, like things that are holding you back within your own consciousness. Like, it's actually taking a toll on that consciousness. It's taking you further into, like, you were saying, the slothful energy, which, for anyone that doesn't have the ebook, we'll have a link in the description for that as well. You guys can check it out. Really good information. And, that's more of like that lazy kind of energy. You're lazy all the time, or, you don't want to get up and do anything. You just want to sit in bed all day, and, you become in that low vibration. And, like, you see that doesn't get you anywhere. You're not building any momentum with that type of energy. So that's something you have to be like, all right, I got to push through this. Like, I got to, like you're talking about the spiritual fire, you got to ignite that fire and be like, no, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go, whether it's like doing your laundry, or, like even like something as simple as that, just cleaning up your room real quick, or whatever it might be. Like, you want to, like, oh, I'll sleep for another hour. It's like things like that. Like, when you could have got so much done if you would have just, like, in the moment, like, got up and just did it. And that's like what it takes, is it takes like you pushing yourself out of that comfortability, that, like, because you don't know, what could happen. If you do that, you'll get the discipline, you'll get a new a new awareness over your mind to where it's, you know, your mind's going to be like, actually like, hey, I want to go do this. You know, I want to actually, you know, accomplish my goals. I want to put energy into my dreams and my vision and my path. And like, you'll see how much further that propels you and, you know, what it takes to do that. And just, it really is, you know, a powerful thing. And if you can get control basically over that part of your mind, you know, of those like lower parts of your mind that want you to stay, you know, in that low vibration, in the underworld, essentially, if you can get control over that and take the power back into yourself, you'll see just, you know, your life start to transform in so many ways. And that's, you know, it's truly amazing. It's truly a powerful thing to be able to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Like you're at like your true self, like really actually using the mind and the body as like its true purpose, you know, and for this experience, and really have like your experience and learn from those experiences and truly grow from your experience instead of being stuck in those same cycles of, you know, what has come of like, you know, basically a lot of society. But yeah, very well said, brother. That was tanked up.
Let's finish it off.
Yeah.
To your MC, your spirit family, where there's nothing but love, there's nothing but bliss. But you're not going to find it in the mind and all the chaos. You see, you have to let go of that stuff, and you have to let go the more, like I said, than just friends and family and all that type of stuff. You got to let go of all of these different things that you're attached to. Doesn't matter what it is. So that's pretty much it. I just want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all out there that are really on your spiritual path, those true ones that came back to turn up. And then there's those that didn't even come back, those true ones that are turning up. But some of you are getting held back. And I'm just letting you know, don't let them hold you back. You don't want to make that mistake. Some of you don't want to make that mistake again. So that's pretty much it. I truly love you all. Every one of you has the opportunity to get out of this thing, but you can only get as far as you're willing to go. Peace in and out with love, my highest vibrations, my gratitude.
Yeah, very, very powerful ending right there, you know, and definitely just let that kind of soak in. Like, even, you know, look, we have the link in the description. Even just go back and just, you know, look over those little things, because, you know, there's a lot. That was just a 7-minute videos, but there's a lot, you know, being said in that 7 minutes. And if you can like take the time to really digest that information and like take that in and, you know, apply that into your life, you can really start to change your life. But it takes, you know, like, it takes the dedication, it takes pushing through the lower energies, it takes raising your own vibration in order to make that happen. And only you can do that, you know. And even to us, you know, we're just as responsible as, you know, we share this with you guys. You know, we're responsible for turning up and doing all the things that we're doing to make sure that we do that and we actually become, you know, that higher vibrational being that we want to be.
Mm-hmm. Because like when we say we want to grow, like, you know, ultimately we want to grow in awareness, you know, in our connection and connection in so many different ways, because spirit is truly, it's miraculous. Like, it's like, oh, sorry. Oh yeah. We're checking out the chats right now. Is that energy vampirism?
After hanging out with a friend, I feel a transfer of mood, like he be feeling all sad and I'm feeling good after we feel like shit and he is feeling good. Is that energy vampirism? I feel so bad because he was my friend for 8 years. Yeah, that definitely, hey Santos, you know, gratitude for the message. Definitely sounds like he could be kind of draining you emotionally in some sort of way, you know, because if he's being boosted up and you said you were feeling good, you know, before that interaction, you know, just be aware of this. Like, be aware of, you know, that's good that you're aware of it, you know, of how you're feeling beforehand and then afterwards.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what this video is all about. You know, sometimes it can be hard to let go of, like, these people, you know, we have these attachments to, we have this, you know, long-term connection to, but if they're not willing to, you know, meet you in the middle, basically, you know, meet you and actually come up to your level, you know, if they're taking all that energy from you, it might be best to at least limit the time you hang out with them. But at some point, if you feel like that's all that's getting to, you might want to completely just let him go, you know. You might want to just totally get him out of the way.
Yeah, and Yeah, I definitely feel that. And, he may not even be doing it consciously. You may even feel like in your heart, like, oh, he's a good guy. He just kind of like, deals with depression or whatever. But still, it's like, you want to be around people that are on the same page as you, that have like similar goals, and it doesn't have to be always like exact, like, you do music and I'm gonna do music now.
Right.
It's like, it's more of just like that, collective goal of like knowing like who we really are and getting things done, like putting in the action, to not only get to know who we are deeper, and like in when it comes to just like the awareness of our connection and like the synchronicities and different things like that, but with each other, what we can really accomplish together. And if you tried to give him like that high vibrational energy to turn up, and he's just not taking it and utilizing it like productively, then it's like, yeah, you know what, you might have to start limiting the time, and then you might just even, I don't know, meditate on it, because you might just find out it just might be good to just, cut it off completely. How everybody goes about it, it's kind of different. I've had times where I've had to just straight up just cut people off and just be like, you know what, hey, it's not you, it's me. I just, need some time for me to do me. And then there's just others where it just kind of like faded, like they kind of just got the picture. They were just like, yeah. I'm done.
Like, yeah, I can really sync up with that too, because it can be hard, if you have like a best friend or something, and they're not, but if like we're saying, if they're not willing to really be a part of what you're about, then is it really worth getting your energy drained just so like they can feel good but you don't feel good? That's like cutting off your spiritual connection. That's holding you back in a way. And it's hard because, we have all these emotional connections, and like, we're friends with all these people for such a long time. But, I've dealt with this many times, and even like you said, like some of them, they just kind of vanish. Like they got the picture, like, okay, this guy's like, he's into all this other stuff, like, and like, they weren't about it. They weren't about meditating, they weren't about like getting in tune with their energy and going deeper in within. So once it got to the point where that's the things I was doing, even if like they were around sometimes, they're like, but they didn't want to be a part of it. And sometimes that can happen, or sometimes you might just have to cut off that communication and like literally be like, all right, like, is it really worth my time, or is like, do I really want to give this energy back to myself and back to spirit and connect with the spirit family? That's why we say, get on the website, join Reprogram the Matrix, get connected with us, because, that's what it's all about, is having the people that are going to lift you up on your path and not be draining your energy. You don't have to deal with that sort of thing with us. We're here to boost each other up. We're here to support each other and build that strong connection together.
Yeah. It's funny, Astro mentioned trying to change them. I've tried so many times for like a year now. I just don't spend as much time with them. That's good that you recognized it, seriously, because some people, like, it can be hard. Like, they'll be so attached, like, they don't even want to recognize, they don't want to face the truth that the people that they're around may not be the best of them. Like, and it can even be like, I've experienced it like in your own family, where they're just like really like negative, or like always trying to start some type of drama like out of nothing. And it's like, you've expressed the love, you expressed the loyalty and everything, and you just don't seem to get that back. It's like, well, sorry, I gotta move on. Like Astro said, you gotta move on. But yeah, it can be hard, but it's like at the same time, it's like, it's so freeing, like it really is. And detaching, like what we were saying in the video, to not only just people, but like different thought forms and stuff, like just different thought patterns, and growing in that awareness to see like, okay, like the different people in my life and the different just outlets too of like where you're putting your energy. Like maybe you're putting too much energy into Netflix and you need to put more energy into meditation or something. It's something I've definitely experienced. Like right now, a lot of us are on different discipline challenges, and we try to discipline ourselves. I went on a 6-month discipline of like no music, and just some other things that I cut out. I cut out TV, I cut out movies. all of that. And we definitely recommend for everybody's. Astro was actually the person who recommended this. We all did it, and we saw each other grow in so many ways, and we're seeing each other grow in so many ways as all of us are like doing these different discipline challenges where it's like we're either getting rid of something or we are, you know, incorporating more of something like meditation daily, journaling daily, you know, Astro videos daily or something, you know, that just something to keep that high vibrational momentum going and to really challenge yourself to get out of like those comfort zones like Brother Brett was talking about, because we can get comfortable being around these people and just the environments of just like the low vibrations. But it's crazy, like if you know, I know the club scene is like very popular in society, and I myself have dealt with that where I had friends that were really into that and I would have fun there, but it's like, well, like I could be using my weekends to not feel hungover and to actually, you know, go out into nature. I started getting into that environment where it's, you know, more natural, and like it opened up so many, like it just opened up so much about myself. Like I was really starting to experience the magic in reality, not just in nature, but in like when I go to work, and just recognizing a lot more of like how everything kind of meets. And like you guys, if you're watching this, you probably experiences like those deep synchronizations synchronizations where it's like, you know, what you're seeing, it's like just for you, you know, like there's no way it could be like just a coincidence that you're starting to see all this stuff, and how it all connects to like either what you were picking up on earlier that day or just in just different ways. It's just really cool, and it's something that we're trying to turn up here at Reprogram the Matrix. You know, we're trying to get in sync with spirit, with each other, and have vibes.
How vibes to that? Yeah, it all, you know, it all starts from within. Like you were saying, Santos, you tried to, you know, because I've dealt with that too. I've tried to change others. I've tried to be there and, you know, present them with the information, you know, get them in tune with, you know, the real spiritual information, like, you know, reprogram the matrix, and like something that actually they can put in their lives and change their lives. And that's the thing, like I was saying, the change starts from within. But like if they're not willing to make that change within themselves, then it's, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. And that's like, that's such a hard thing, because, you know, we see, you know, potential in people. We see like, man, this person, you know, could be really awesome, you know, if they like just did, you know, follow the steps like I've been doing. But we can't make them like take those steps. And it's worth, you know, freeing that energy up, like you were saying, like getting out of the club scene and then going out into nature. Like that frees so much energy, even just like making that different choice to actually go into a natural environment and get that good energy flowing. And it really does, you know, but it starts with like taking that choice and that change within yourself. And then if the ones around you aren't willing to take that path with you, then, you know, just let them go and, you know, do your thing, and you will find those people. You know, you'll naturally start to attract, you know, those more high vibrational connections the further along you go on your path. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it takes, you know, getting that alone time back to yourself and not like having all these, you know, distractions and different, you know, friendships that aren't really serving you. Sometimes it takes getting out of those to really get that alone time, so you can go within and see like, oh, this is my vibration, like this is where I want to be. And then naturally, out of finding that vibration, you start to attract and make those new connections and get that real, you know, get really in sync. Mm-hmm. And that's, you know, that is the magic.
Yeah, in sync and aware, because like as you raise that like vibration up, you're attracting like those, you know, those true ones like Asha was talking about. And you even start attracting like maybe people that you didn't know before. There weren't people in the past or anything, but they're, you know, energy hungry and you know, knowing like when and like how to connect with certain people, like whenever you start to recognize it, because you don't have to be necessarily like buddy best friend with everybody that you meet, of course, just to be like a loving person. Like you still don't have, that doesn't mean you have to handshake everybody, you know. Of course you can be that love and vibration and be kind and nice, but people end up making like these unseen type of agreements whenever, like, let's say they're in their work environment and they just, you know, are trying to, some guy's just trying to be cool with you, but you kind of recognize something, and he's like very like, he wants a lot of like your attention, you know, and maybe even, I don't know, you know, just like wants a lot of your attention. Basically, you have to know how to detach from that to save your own energy, you know. Or maybe he's trying to get you involved with, like, you know, slacking off and not really doing nothing or something at your job, and you know it's not right, but you go ahead and do it, and he ends up getting caught up. It's like you have to understand, like, have the awareness of where, you know, you should put your energy and where you should really be connecting, you know, and like who with, because there are people that will like naturally just sense like that and will do certain things to vamp your energy.
Healthy boundaries can be a good thing.
Yes.
You know, knowing like when's the place to like connect openly with people, and then when's the time to like, you know, be like, dude, like just let me do my thing, like I'm working, like dude, just give me my space, you know, because there's that balance of like, you know, being a loving person and not being a pushover at the same time, because you can be a loving person and then you just let people push you over, like, oh yeah, we can hang out, and then you're getting drained all the time and all these different things are happening, or you're at work and you're just like all, you know, love and light with everyone, and you know that might work for a little bit, but then like when their, you know, dark side comes out and you're like just trying to be like, oh, it's okay, like I'll do that, like I'll just do whatever, and you know, you're just kind of meandering around, you know, you don't see that there's a time to draw the line basically with certain people, and then, you know, you'll find that on your own space. But I don't know if anyone wants to, I know we're kind of just going in right now, but if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the chats. It's been 33 minutes, so high vibes to that. And it's a really good video. It's definitely, you know, sparking a lot of just information and awareness inside of us, just like building on that, you know, what we got from that video, and you know, seeing you guys in the chats is awesome. So yeah, let us know if you have any questions. Definitely watch out for those energy vampires, Santos, because if you're building up your energy, you know, you're doing certain disciplines to, you know, stay away from certain like negative activities, they're going to be after you. Like, they're going to want that energy. So, like, just like you're saying, be aware of that and be consciously shielding yourself from those energies. Have you guys seen any entities around? Yes, definitely a lot of energies and entities, like, going around right now. So, be aware of that. What's up? Yeah, we don't even need these. Yeah, we still got the headphones in, but
I had seen a shadow being whenever we were on the porch not too long ago, and it's pretty interesting because we saw, like, you know, some series like of events kind of go on yesterday, but yeah, awareness is so key, so you can be aware of like the different energies out there. And you know, Astro put out that video talking about portals around this time of the year, so yeah.
check that out too if you haven't. Yeah, you know, definitely just be aware of what energies are trying to influence you right now. If you see, you know, different people trying to get you in these underworld activities, you know, definitely be aware of that. And then also be aware of those, you know, underworld vibrations trying to come into your own subconscious mind and try and pull you into those lower states. And, you know, get basically, you know, do your best to cleanse that out and tune into, you know, what really matters. And that's you. But it's also, you know, spirit within me is within you.
Yes.
See, I know it's at a topic, but seeing 1110 instead of 111, it looks kind of like binary code, honestly. 110 hertz, I like that frequency, so that's a good frequency. I mean, it's, you know, it could mean a lot of things, you know, that's something, but synchronicity and like numbers, syncs, you know, that's kind of, if you have something personal, you could always talk to Astro in a 101 about that, you know, just go to the RTM store and get a one-on-one with him if you like really need to know. But, you know, also just kind of seeing like, what does it mean in the present moment? Like, what are you going through? Like, what could that mean? You know, it can mean a lot of different things basically. So spirit, tell me I'm doing something wrong. I don't think so, but yeah, I wouldn't be paranoid about that if it's, you know, a 0 at the end, because you know, 0 could be, you know, like that 0 point energy, you know, it could be a lot of different things. But
you gotta learn how to like decipher that and like decode that like yourself, and that's like a part of the process. It's a part of the journey as you're taking these steps. And it's cool that you're recognizing that you're seeing, you know, certain sequences of numbers a lot. Now it's like, if you are, Santos sounds so familiar, is it? I don't know.
I've seen him before too.
I'm
I've
like,
seen him
is
before.
he in the chat? No, I don't think so.
I don't think he's in the chat.
Yeah,
So,
not yet. But maybe he once was. I don't know. But if you are a member of the community, and you've got access to the videos, definitely watch that. And the biggest thing is like you want to be spiritually in tune and right. Seeing through your spiritual navigation system because. If not, if you're just going off of the ego and the mind, like you can really like take yourself like on a bad trip. So it's always good to like detach from the ego. Really make sure that the ego is tamed, and you'll just know what the codes mean, and what spirit is trying to tell you. Yeah.
So, like you said, am I doing something wrong? Is it because of my focus? It could be if that's what you're feeling. Maybe that's what it is. So like we're saying, that's for you to look within and find that answer too. But
you got this.
You got don't let that make you paranoid. Like don't let just seeing certain numbers make you paranoid or make you feel like, oh, I'm not doing things right. I'm messing up, all this stuff, because that's just basically feeding. You don't want to like let it. Basically, I was even watching the video today, the misinterpreting codes and signals. Like that's a big thing. So I'm like singing up with that. It can mean a lot of things. So just take that in consideration, but don't be paranoid. Don't worry about it. Do what you got to do. Tune into spirit. Everything will be good.
Kenny said, I had one that tried to get in my subconscious mind, but I hit him with no fear code. And after that, he went back into the portal he came through, and now that tree is gone. Oh, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
That's interesting. You said that too, because last night, like, it was interesting. Ryzen saw it, and then, like, this car just stopped, like, in the middle of the road. And then he got out, and it was just kind of interesting how everything happened. But that's why, we say you got to really, be in tune with who you are and your intuitive flow. Like, really have that strong connection with yourself. And what's going to help build that connection is, that dedication Astro was talking about, applying your discipline to, keep being that strong spiritual warrior that you are, because it's crazy out here. It's really easy to get influenced off of what's going on in society and the different waves and different things that they created, programs that they created, and programs from simple as like, you gotta graduate and go to college and blah blah, but that's just a very basic, it's not, there's like a lot of stuff going on. Just look at social media, or the media, the Kardashians and all this other stuff, and just like their fan base and how much energy is getting fed into that type of like energy basically. But yeah, you got to be aware so that you're not attaching to that kind of stuff, and that you're getting in tune with like your real flow and like your real true spiritual path, and it's actually leading you further along and not just in the same place.
Exactly. That's most people though. It's like, they're so attached to these different outside sources, like it's all just distractions to keep you away from yourself. So it totally got really long in this video, and I know there's like 6 people watching, but yeah, we probably ended up, guys, we're going all over the place then, but really like vibing up with everybody. He's trying to get me to fear him, but trying to look like a gray, but I knew he's just a demon. Yeah. So high vibes to that, brother Kenny, keeping that awareness up. And yeah, we hope all you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you hadn't, hit the notification bell, all the good stuff.
Monday, Thursday, every video, or a video every Monday.
Wednesdays.
Astro Rewinds are Wednesdays, and then
Sunday,
every other Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday, okay.
You're saying new videos.
Yeah, new videos on Monday and Thursday.
Got it.
And the Instagram, you guys. We do monthly giveaways, and this next one is going to be so good. All right. Gratitude, you guys.
Q&A. All right, but thanks everyone for watching again, and peace in and out. Enjoy the rest of your day too, Santos.